Well, hello everyone, it's Liam Catterson here, and it's the first two episodes of the final season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I know, we're at this moment, we are about to, end this show, which has been really, really incredible. It's going to leave a hole in my heart once I do conclude it, because it's just been very impactful, very great, very... just a treat to be on. We've basically got 5 weeks left because, of course, there was the only one episode for the last installment of season 7, but that's because it was on an odd number to conclude things off. I believe there's only going to be 10 episodes, so it's going to be 2 by 2 by 2, isn't it? Until we ultimately conclude it. So... yeah, it's like I said, it's going to be absolutely devastating once the end does come. Like with many shows that I do react to, that I've fallen in love with, it's just going to hurt so much. You've been associated with these characters who've had a massive impact on you, it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen, obviously, in terms of Jake and Amy's story, especially with how Season 7 ended, for both characters, with Mac being introduced, of course, so, yeah. But just everything in general, really, for the season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, so... yeah, but it's going to be very, very interesting. So why don't we waste no time and let's get into the first of 2 episodes for Season 8. So this is episode number 1. With that said, let's go.
Hey, you guys got a sec? I need to talk to you about something.
Oh, wow.
Everybody's gonna wait, Rosie. You're gonna want to see this. Question: what is the #1 problem with the coronavirus?
This is a
Mass
flashback.
death, economic collapse, the way the disease has exposed the systemic injustice at the core of American life.
Well, yes, obviously, though. Is it you wanted to tell me?
Just wanted to say goodbye. I turned in my resignation. I quit the force.
What?
Oh my god! Oh my...
Dude, that was by far the best 5.
You're quitting?
Oh no, Rose. I don't want to say goodbye to Rosa.
Sound like a podcast?
Oh, because I'm listening to one right now.
Oh,
it's called Two Wrongs Makes a White, Lessons in Anti-Racism.
Yeah, you're lucky
Boy.
you weren't here on Juneteenth. What the hell?
Cultural appropriation, Amy.
Okay.
You're the one who did it. She quit after George Floyd was killed because she thought that she could do more good by becoming a PI that helps victims of police brutality.
Yeah,
that
okay,
has
Rosa.
nothing to do with us.
Then how come we haven't hung out at all since she quit?
I
Setting up a new
understand.
business
How's the cool new PI gig going?
It's not that cool. I have a desk at a WeWork that I share with a Twitter comedian.
No.
Oh no.
But I'm getting more clients. I just got a new job this morning. A woman was assaulted by 2 police officers in the 7th floor.
Crying out
That's
loud.
horrible. Wait, the
Need
7th?
my client tomorrow. I'll text you the details.
Yes, Jake and Rosa are back.
I hope this isn't like the total end for Rosa. Like we'll see her every now and
The
again,
windows out there.
but it is
Stressed.
understandable.
It's Captain Holt. You won't believe what he said.
Relationship books when Scully got himself that sex book for Scully.
Own the sex book thing.
I help her now.
Just own it.
Can you please get Scully's relationship book that is obviously not yours?
Weird that you're asking me to do it, but okay, I'll see what I can do.
Hey, my
He's
client's in the
never-
conference room.
he'll
Before
take
we
that
go in
shit to
there,
the
it wasn't
grave.
easy getting-
Which I totally get, but rest assured, I'm one of the good ones. And I know how that sounds.
Yeah,
I'm
but-
not one of the bad ones who says they're one of the good ones. I'm
Yeah,
actually
you
one of the
can't
good
really
ones who
take
says
your
they're one of
word
the
for
good
it.
ones. And I know how that sounds.
That's just so right at the end of a shift.
Which means
Some officers like to make arrests at the end of their shift so they can work later and get extra overtime.
that is
Whoa.
so wrong.
It is.
Yep.
But I promise you, we are going to get you justice.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, that's it though. Like Jake's word for it. Yeah.
Patrolmen's Union, and there is no way on God's green earth that you're ever talking to anyone involved in this case.
I mean, I guess it could be a little easier.
Yeah, this is not something that, it'd be like, oh, it's easy peasy.
To stop
No.
your heartless crusade against
That's with the bizarre eye contact and the weird way you're talking, Santiago. Did you join a cult?
What? No?
Are you sure? Most cult members don't realize they're part of a cult.
I'm not in a cult.
Oh my
I was
God.
trying to connect with you. It's a method from this book.
I don't
is that
know
one
if
of Terry's
Amy
sex
would
books? You
like
mean one of
accidentally
Scully's sex
join.
books?
Oh God.
And watch the body cam recording before it was corrupted, which means he might have the original footage, which means if we want proof, we need to break into the union and get it.
That's a lot of ifs. And besides, we can't break into the union. They'd recognize us.
No way, just put on a big dumb watch, some Oakleys, and a camo baseball cap. You'll fit right in.
Yeah, the caps
As much
always
as I would
work.
love to take
Watch
on the
Marvel
character of
movies.
Mitchell Keaton.
What you've had to go through. Consider it a mini reparation.
Many? I wouldn't say $10,000 is many.
What the fuck?
Yeah, when I saw that you sent it, I was like, this must have been an accident. Like you meant to send $100 and then thought you needed to add to send
No,
two,
that was
and
too
then
little.
accidentally added 2 zeros.
That's a pretty good guess as to what
We would solve them together from the inside. So when you quit,
like-
yeah, it made me feel like you thought I was wrong for staying.
No.
My choice has nothing to do with you. It was the hardest thing I've ever done. I gave up my career, my friends,
People
my
are
whole
reacting
life,
in
but I
different
did
ways
it
about this.
because I couldn't ignore what So if you're not here to help, if you're just here to prove a point, then, man, I don't think we should work together anymore.
Oh.
And I definitely don't think we're friends.
Oh. Got nothing to prove,
Scully,
really.
I need your help.
A male woman, so he'll be distracted. Then go down the main hall. This is important. It's your last bathroom stop.
Scully, just acing this.
Handicap, so you get that bad boy all to yourself. Tell her about the toilet paper.
Stop talking about
Not the-
bathrooms.
Fine,
Yes.
do your pants. What do I care? Go to the last office on the right.
I once had a sex dream about Sanjay Gupta.
This is absurd.
I know, and it was really graphic.
No,
Oh,
these
no.
exercises. We're not lovers. We're not even friends. We're co-workers.
We're
I'm tired of
friends.
Terry's stupid book.
Scully's book.
Oh my god, own it!
So I go back into the back room to complain, and they're all just sitting around trash talking Billy Joel.
What?
They said Piano Man
Yeah.
was only good too.
Big deal.
That's just insanity. Hey, Terry.
Good on Jake,
I have
good
to
on
come
Rosa.
clean. And please,
Make stuff weird between us.
you're right. You're right. I won't be as performative. I just donated to a great charity, but I won't tell you which one or how much.
Good for you.
For black trans women, it was $1,000.
Oh, there we go, there we go. It was 1,000.
Oh wait, you're not joking.
Did we make a...
Oh no, you're a villain.
Oh, pff. Did we make a
Why'd you
backup,
delete
though?
it? You said you'd help us if we got proof.
Yeah, but I didn't think you'd get proof. I thought you just, get proof. There's proof and there's proof. And you get the wrong kind of proof. I don't know how much clearer I can be.
I can't believe it.
Yes, and the officers get paid to stay at home. Not to mention qualified immunity. And now the officers are back on the
Just-
street, and I
yeah,
am
it's just
blackballed.
draining,
and then
isn't
one
it?
of the only female captains in the NYPD is forced to quit, and you don't want me gone. I'm one of the good ones. And I know how that sounds, but
Oh
I'm
my
not one of the bad
god.
ones.
Kevin and I have separated.
Oh my God.
No.
Why?
What? No.
It's been a tough year to be a black man. And a police captain.
Oh no.
He never even batted an eye. He just blathered on about someone named, Wario.
Yeah,
Don't
she
have
does
Warrior.
that.
But you, you noticed that something was off with me.
Oh, my
very
heart's
first day you
hurting.
And that's thanks to you. Raimi.
Raimi.
Just so you know, I am not Raimi. We are Raimi.
Yes.
Just be glad I said it.
I'm really sorry about everything. I was projecting my insecurities onto you, and that was wrong. And
Yeah.
I
But
like to think I've done a lot of good as a detective, and
you did
that
do
I
it as
can
a
continue
bad
to
way
do that. But
in terms of, like, yeah.
opinion is literally meaningless to me, loser.
Yeah, now you swung too far in the opposite direction.
I felt that. It's a hard line to walk, so I'll work on it.
Well, this is awkward. Just silent.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, it's tough, isn't it, though? Tough. Oh. I mean, I'm assuming, like I said, I'm assuming we're going to see Rosa every now and again, and I can understand why. Yeah, I can understand why Rosa might not want to stick around. So yeah. And it's just a very, very like with this episode alone, it's just, you know, really, really surreal, because we are reflecting on stuff that, I mean, 2020 is a year that none of us can ignore. whatsoever. Whether it's because of COVID, whether it's because of George Floyd, it is something that I think has a staple, not just in terms of like the impact of the world itself in reality, but also media as well, because it's something that has impacted a lot of people. Has 2020, especially with the pandemic, and I know in the closing part of season 7, and I don't know if this was to prepare me for what is to come with season 8, because I'm assuming they filmed this, where in like somewhere in 2020, when things were a bit more easier to manage and all of that, because I know there were some shows that were impacted by the pandemic. I think even Doctor Who was impacted in some ways, but some more so than others. And yeah, it's just a thing that with the ending of season 7, there were like certain bits and pieces, like, oh, this was like released during April, like this episode was released during April, because I think when they were filming it was still like 2019 or whatever, or at least the early part of 2020, because with Brooklyn Nine-Nine, it's not going to be a show that's going to require some time to polish off VFXs and all of that, so yeah, but still there's like little bits of foreshadowing to obviously the events of 2020. And now, whilst things have happened, yeah. So, and it is just a very, very interesting area to manage with it, in terms of not just, of course, dealing with the pandemic and all of that, but also what's, because of course with this being a cop show, and of course the sadly what happened to George Floyd, it's you're bringing this show, a popular cop show, should I say, and I don't, especially since Brooklyn Nine-Nine has been no stranger to going serious when it can be serious, and how 2020 was. This was definitely going to be a show, or this was definitely going to be an episode, should I say, that was going to pick up on those pieces, because we know from like I said, when it comes to serious matters on this show, it's meaningful. It's real world, if that makes sense. You've had Holt talk about his experiences being a gay black officer, and how he was treated negatively by his colleagues, and that's real. That is real. So and of course you're incorporating the situation of what happened to George Floyd, because it's not a one-time thing. It wasn't a one-time incident. This abuse from officers is real, and because of the impact that George Floyd's murder had, it's, again, like with COVID, it's not something you can ignore, really, especially in this kind of show. So yeah, and yeah, it like I said, it's just very, very powerful stuff, because of the fact that there wasn't really too much to soak in terms of the humor and all of that. Like, I definitely felt very, very like it was just very, very disgusting at, in certain ways, that Rose's client, she got trapped, like, and of course about how they would have to, like, with Jake's former boss, I guess, she would have to delete the video. Like, oh, I thought you would get proof, but I didn't think you'd get proof. And that was just, yeah. So, yeah, it's the fact that it's just too real, isn't it? It's too incriminating for the officers. So, and it's sad, really, because with the woman, it's just sad that the officers will just, if anything, they'll just get a little slap on the wrist that will amount to nothing, like a little telling off, a little, don't do it again. Just something meaningless, and that's it, though. And it's sad because the client, she didn't get justice, and again, it's a real thing. It is really, really sad, because you want Rosa's client to succeed. You want all of this, like what Rosa did, to have a happy ending, but sadly, it's just really, really sad to think about with how real it is. So, but I will say, I did, like what they did. I mean, it was sad. It was definitely uncomfortable to go through, just because of the fact that how things went for George Floyd. And I think the reality was, for this episode, that what happened would happen, in terms of the client was not going to get justice, that those assholes would get off scot-free, essentially, because it's a real thing, like I said, and it shouldn't be, but it's so messed up, the corruption, and it just breaks your heart. So, and with what Rosa is doing, I couldn't really blame her whatsoever. So, yeah, and of course, you've got Jake being paranoid, like that. This, like, I'm hoping I'm not, part of the problem or anything like that. But that's it. Like, Jake isn't really. And with Rosa and who she is and the occupation that she can't do this. Whereas Jake, he's just, why? Like, there is not going to be that understandability for Jake. To recognize, why. Like, Rosa even said, hardest decision of my life. But with like, he can't resonate to what Rose is going with what's happened with the George Floyd murder, and like I said, how this is not a one-time thing. This is just this is a situation where Rosa just couldn't anymore. So but, and that's it, that you can't say that I'm one of the good ones, etc. And that's it, that we know Jake is a good person at heart. We, like, the thing is with us, and we're at the beginning of the end for Brooklyn Nine-Nine. We know that Jake is a good person, and yeah, but you know, people like that client, for example, she doesn't know that. I mean, it's all just words at the end of the day. To her knowledge, you know, Jake could, yeah. So, but that's it for Jake, though. Even though that he could say, he could bring up the fact that, well, our, you know, careers, it's been in sync all this time. And I don't want you to think it's, you know, bad for me to stay, but it's not, though. So, yeah. So, but like I said, though, I mean, for Jake, I know that some people might, you know, think of it as selfish, and yeah, there was a bit of that selfishness, but he didn't want to make, he just wanted to, you know, he wanted to, try and, you know, be a force of good, etc., demonstrate that he can do some good and all of that, but you can't prove a point, really. Especially something so what's the word I'm looking for? Expansive, because that's it, though. This corruption, it spans so far, and yeah, obviously what happened sadly to George, that was a huge yeah, so it was very powerful stuff. And then of course there was the whole, you know, Boyle and Terry situation as well. Like, we're talking about, like, I guess the main plot, because obviously that's the main plot, but and Rosa leaving the force has a very you know, big reasoning, and we, you know, can understand and all of that. But yeah, we had the whole Boyle thing, and yeah. And that's it, though. Like, with Boyle, you know, he's not doing, like, he is being very supportive and all of that, but it can be a bit, like, concerning, can't it? So yeah, like, you don't need to, like, it's great, so yeah. And then of course he does go out of his way to send a grant. It's so great, though, because I was meant to send you $100 you know, dollars and all of that, so there was this whole kerfuffle with him accidentally sending 10K. I'm like, and then he sends you know, 1,000 to, it was a black black trans women's charity, wasn't it? Which you know, that is just very wonderful stuff as well. So yeah, but you know, at least Boyle is you know, stepping up and all of that. So yeah, but yeah, it was very powerful. And then there was the whole Amy and Raimi. See, that's, you know, I don't know if it's a friendship thing, like a ship name, because that's it. Like, just because there's a ship name, you know, even though I guess most of the time it's, you know, I ship this person with this person, I like to think of it as, you know, just because it's a ship name doesn't necessarily mean it's a relationship, if that makes sense. Or, like, you know, I would love to see this person with that person. Because you could never, like, you could never see Amy and Holt together like that for understandable reasons. But yeah, I think that scene where Holt admitted that he was not with Kevin anymore, yeah, I was not prepared for that. I'm hurt. I mean, our dads have parted ways, and yeah, I mean, Andre's performance in that as well was just heartbreaking. Yeah, it was just really heartbreaking. especially when he talks about, you know, the pressures of being a black person in 2020, of COVID, being a police captain, obviously talking about, and you know, that's one thing I will applaud this episode for, is how, you know, this whole situation has impacted all the stories. Obviously, the situation with Jake and Rosa took precedence, but there is an impact on all stories. And for this, it was the separation of Holt and Kevin, and yeah. So it was heartbreaking. I want them to get back together, but I don't know. I mean, we've only got like 9 episodes left, so yeah. But I thought this was powerful stuff. Really, really powerful stuff. So I know it went on for a long time, talking, but I feel like it was because these, you know, these situations when it comes to, you know, what happened to George Floyd and the impact, you know, that had on the black community, and COVID as well, because that's a, you know, big, it's something I can't condense into 8 minutes or whatever, if that makes sense. And I don't want to, you know, sweep. Yeah, I don't want to like sweep this under the rug, because it is a very, very powerful, heartbreaking situation. That, and, you know, COVID, since I know it wasn't as heavily reflected on as, of course, what was mainly going on with Rosa's story. But there were like little, like the cold open, Hitchcock, and not just that though, but you even saw like in certain background shots in the outdoors, some people wearing the face masks and all of that. Yeah, it's, you know, something that is pretty prevalent. But of course, with how much this means to Rosa, and not just that though, but how impactful it was in the real world, what sadly happened to George Floyd, and especially the dynamic between Rosa and Jake, with Jake wanting to show that he is one of the good ones and all of that. But you can't, you know, just preach that shit. And you have to understand where, you know, where Rose is coming from. It's very powerful to talk about. So yeah. I know this was a long ramble and all of that, but we'll get on to episode 2 now.
Okay, you guys probably don't know this, but my parents got divorced when I was a kid, and it really messed me up.
Yeah, we know.
What, do I talk about it a lot? It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
the point is, we can't let that happen to Daddy Holt and Daddy Kevin.
So we're just dispensing with subtext now?
Yes, this workplace is my family. Is that not clear? Holt is my dad, you're my immune older sister, Amy's my mom.
What?
What did I say?
You said
It was Lake House to go bird watching, but we never do it because it's, you know, bird watching. We could finally go.
you would love that.
Wow, stabbed in the
Something
back
to
by
put
my
us-
own mom.
What?
Wife!
My
I said
God.
wife! Why do you keep not hearing me? Whatever, let's
Why
just
do you keep
Terry's
calling
point.
her mom? That's the important question. It's so good though, like with Jake saying we can parent trap them. It's so good that I can now understand that reference after reacting to Parent Trap like a month and a bit ago. So I get it now.
My edible, so it kicks in right when we arrive.
Oh,
What?
Nothing. It's cool. I'm not gonna tell anybody. I'm not a narc.
Right, you can tell me. Good, because I'm a narc. I'm not a cop anymore, and I have a prescription for anxieties.
Just say you're definitely going to want my nip tips. Tips that nip a problem in the bud.
Why don't you just say tips?
Just
the
tips.
Interesting.
Oh, come on, man.
Oh, crying out loud.
Captain
Look, it
Holt,
can still be an
you have the Wi-Fi
innuendo.
network.
Oh, Kevin, what a surprise. Why are you all in my house? Raymond?
Kevin, what are you
We parent trapped them. Oh my God!
My edibles just kicked in.
A distance and issue a verbal warning anytime one of us is about to enter the room. Raymond Holt, entering the kitchen.
This is bad.
Raymond Holt, entering the second sitting room.
Just give it a shot. They're already. Did you back me up in there?
Because Terry also loves hedging.
Terry loves hedging? That's new.
No, it's classic Terry. Look, I always play both sides to the last possible minute. Everyone knows that.
Okay, that's head. I've never heard that
On me. I
before.
want a public show.
In the room, it might be the darkness in your heart.
Excuse me?
Wow.
Sorry, that was mean. I was trying to be poetic.
That
it's
was
important to be mindful of your
cold.
energy when you're with an infant. Trust me, I'm sort of a natural mother.
Yeah, natural mother. How long have you been there?
We placed at the top of their suitcases, thus changing them both into a couple of thirst traps.
Kevin Costner preparing to descend the master staircase.
Oh, I see you changed into your mock turtleneck.
And you into your
exercise
boy.
shorts. I feel dirty. You feel dirty?
What I'm about to do. Charles, I need your help.
I'm not gonna gloat. I'm just happy he's getting the care he needs.
You're gloating
Okay, you might want
inside.
to be a little less cocky until you actually get him down. Because you know,
Yeah,
some babies are just
that too.
fussy and there's nothing that anyone can... Oh my
There
God,
we
he's
go.
So can I be?
Hold on. That call.
Oh, no.
That's the call a corncrake makes when it wants to root. I'll
Oh
respond.
my god.
Oh, I think I just locked Mac in his room. What do I do?
Oh, sorry, man. I think the second edible just kicked in. This is a little too much for me. Also, this is not the vibe I was looking for.
For real, I need your help.
No. Adios, amigo.
Oh my god, Rosa.
I'm sorry, Kevin. It's just I'm very allergic. If I get stung, I have a terrible reaction.
Kind of like this.
Oh no.
No, that's much worse. I just get a scratchy throat. Why didn't you cower behind someone? All right, we should be good. I think the swarm is gone.
I think I was only stung once. How do I look?
I haven't done cardio in 20 years. How hard can it be? It's immediately awful.
Here, while we wait, you could try putting this chilled bottle of champagne against your eyes. It might help.
Peralta, why is there a
What?
romantic picnic sitting in this room
no.
of glaring twins who try to reunite their estranged parents?
That's the parent trap. I knew my stratagem had classy origins.
Peralta, this is my personal life. You've crossed a line. I'm leaving.
So am I.
Well, Kevin, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Are there tools in here?
Hey, baby, what can't you tell me?
It's too real. I need to leave.
Or even the edibles kit. Oh no.
Sorry,
Oh no, she's gonna be chilling out with Scully.
I can take my chips and go.
Wait, you have chips?
Uh-huh.
You could stay.
So, we got off to a bad start there with the
5C with bands of 419C.
My.
Oh, Kevin, the throat. Pantone 7528C.
This is a turn on for Kevin.
Oh, Raymond.
Oh my god, I love this.
Pantones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe you'll be happy growing up in that room.
Oh, shut up, Charles. I'll get him out. Move.
I'm telling you, it's
Was she gonna
impossible.
barge through the door like?
Mother.
Let's go! Oh my god!
Sorry that took me so long.
Never
I grabbed
doubt
up
a
half
mother's
Brandon
strength.
Crawford, and then we could tell them together.
Okay, whoa, pump the brakes there, Sonic.
What?
Sonic the Hedgehog?
Hey, we got a
You've been hogging
Sonic
that hedge while I
reference!
was out on a ledge. No, you didn't have to deal with anyone saying it was a
Hey,
bad
love
idea, so
it!
you don't get the credit either. This was 100% all me, Dr. Robotnik.
You're Jim
Sonic's arch
Carrey?
nemesis. Ceremony that will serve as an emotional capper to this magical weekend.
No, I need you to move the car. Kevin has decided to leave immediately.
Kevin Costner leaving the lake house.
This was
So-
100% all Jake.
Yeah.
At least now, I know that my marriage is over. So, thank you, Peralta. Raymond Holt, leaving the living room.
Terrible.
The point is, Kevin knew it wasn't a corn crake, but he went to it anyway.
Because
He
the
was going
signs
to
of...
you, not the
Yeah,
bird.
he was going to
He
you.
still loves you. Our plan worked.
Our plan?
Destiny.
Terry is
Oh,
off
now
the
it's
hedge
our
and on the
plan.
ledge.
Well, that means a lot.
You locked my baby in a room, Charles. You're going to be cooking for him until he goes to college,
Oh
okay?
my god.
Great, thanks.
Oh
How's
my.
it going,
Oh
sir?
my.
You look chipper.
Yes, well, I called Kevin and
Charles is
told
such
him
a
I still
cook.
had feelings for him, and he said he felt the same. So we begin couples counseling next week.
That's great, sir.
So high. Good news. While you were asleep, we finally got cell reception.
Oh my.
Cux? So, how'd everybody lose their V card?
Oh my, no.
Amy was right. Drugs are bad.
Yeah, drugs are bad. Right? Ooh. Stay away from them, folks. That's today's lesson. And stuff with birds, which I'm not well versed with. Kevin and Holt, on the other hand. Oh my god. Hey, Destiny, though. No, I mean, I really did love that, so yeah. It was just really, great for a little bit of progression there. Like, obviously, you don't want things to, like, quickly form back together when it comes to Holt and Kevin, I guess, because it kind of gives you the whole Doctor Who vibe with Amy and Rory, because Series 7, they split up, they go back together again, and it's like, what's the point? So yeah, it still was a terrible thing they did. Anyways, but yeah, the Panten numbers was just great. I love how not just Holt, but Kevin, he knows about that as well. Like the fact he was vibing. So yeah, I just love how just describing the bird is their like little hot talks, isn't it? So, hey, but I mean, I was. I was kind of worried where things were going to go in regards to, Holt and Kevin, because, some things might just not work out. In regards to how you'd hoped they would be. We know that Jake has a huge admiration for his two dads, of course, but, I mean, obviously, with what happened in 2020, it did take a toll on Holt, of course, as he mentioned in the last episode. So, yeah. So it was just really great stuff to see, Jake's parent trap trying into work. So, Terry chiming in as well. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, it is great that they're gonna I guess talk about it, and yeah, so progress, a little bit of progress doesn't, well, yeah, it's all well and good. So, but I just love that the realization hitting to Jake, which is a kind of a sweet way as well, because he's like, oh no, he wasn't listening to the Concrete, I think it was, the bird, and yeah, he was just following you, and it was so good. So yeah, but I really thought that this was a great episode overall, like especially when it came to Rosa bonding with Scully. Not the friendship. I mean, we've seen Rosa react. I mean, there's been, funnily enough though, I mean, there's been a few times where Rosa, you remember the seat competition that Rosa partook with Scully and Hitchcock. I mean, so really should be a surprise, I guess, seeing how stoned Rosa was bonding with Scully. I guess that was always gonna happen, no, with no internet access for Scully. You got all of those chips, Rosa being high and all of that. It had to happen, right? It had to happen. So yeah, but I'm not gonna lie, it was really great to see them two, they do bond. So yeah, and of course you had I guess Uncle Boyle just helping with Mac. So yeah, but that was a whole thing. I mean, there was the question rolling around in my head, like, why is the lock like that in that cabin? Because, you know, you could just accidentally lock the door and, like, say if you need the toilet, but yeah. So why is it like that? I mean, obviously for this episode, it helps create the dramatics, doesn't it? Even though Amy just crashed through the bloody door, like, holy damn. But yeah, it was really, really great stuff. So, but I mean, like I said, hopefully there's going to be, you know, something that, you know, will have some signs of progression for Holt and Kevin, because when the news broke out in the last episode, I think I know I definitely was devastated, but I'm sure a lot of other people would be devastated as well. So yeah, but yeah, it was really it was, you know, really, really good to see Jake and Terry just team up, and then obviously when things seemed to go down bad for like after the whole B incident fiasco, when, you know, Kevin was departing, you know, Terry was like immediately out, and, you know, there's this whole hedging situation that he's on, and yeah, it's just so fun. But yeah, I just loved it. It was really, really great. Stone Rosa is just amazing. I love that. So yeah, but it was a really, really fun story though. I think something a bit more lighthearted, obviously, to take from how heavy the last episode was. It kind of creates that nice balance, because you had the whole dramatics with Jake, with you know, Jake trying to parent trap Holt and Kevin. You had Stone Rosa and Scully. You had the fiasco with Mac. So it was a lot of shenanigans that took place with this episode, but it was just really swell stuff. So yeah, but yeah, one down, 4 more, I guess, recording sessions left to go, really. So for Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So yeah, so I'm really, really excited to see how the rest of this season does go on for. But yeah, until then, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!